today we are going to be talking about numbers and love. I am with numerologist Gerry Welles. Hey Gerry, how you doing?
Hi Marla, so great to be here.
Oh, this is so exciting, and I'm with another redhead who is into woo-woo and crystals. I don't know if you guys can see the way this is going to be split in two, but she's got some amazing pieces back there in the background. And you guys might have seen in some previous videos me talking about my crystal skull Nigel. I've had him on a few of my videos. This beautiful clear quartz and agate. Guess what? I got him from Gerry. I was at Gerry's home with my friend Julie for a holiday party that she had. She had all these crystals laid out, and I walked in and I thought, I am not buying one damn thing because I have too many as it is. I don't need to spend any money on it. I'll just mingle and see her. And then guess what? I saw him and it was over.
He's amazing.
And he was the only skull that you had there. He was the only guy.
Yeah, Jamie was, but he's one of a kind. There's nothing else like him.
And then you guys, I went home and I went on my talking board, because that's how I communicate, a lot of you who know me, and I asked, what is your name? And he spelled Nigel. So that's how I know his name.
I love it.
So Gerry, besides crystals, you're a numerologist, right?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing this?
About 25 years.
Oh, so so just curious, what was your life like before this? Did you have a corporate job, or were you always kind of into the, crystals and that kind of stuff?
I've always been into crystals. I've always been kind of fascinated with metaphysics, but at the time, I think I was in the movie business, in production behind the camera. So, but it started out as a hobby, and then I was at a Shirley MacLaine seminar, and we were at lunch, and someone was doing something at a table, and I said, what are you doing? Will you do me? And everyone wants to know their numbers, you know what I mean? And I didn't know what she was doing, and after she was through, I was astounded at how accurate it was, and I went, what is this? Is this astrology? She said, no, it's numerology. You should get a book. So I went home and I got a book, and now I have 40 or 50, and just was fascinated at how accurate numerology is.
And what's basic for people who aren't familiar? Really, we've heard the term, but is there a little nutshell definition you can give us of numerology?
It's originally from Pythagoras, the mathematician.
Okay.
And it is the science of numbers, and it's amazingly accurate. So basically, when you add up your whole birth date and reduce it to one number, so you get 38 or you get 42, that's a 6. 38 is an 11. 11 2. So you add up your whole
add it up
birthday
and boil it down to one single number. Like I'm an 8, so
yes, yeah. Power and money, girl. And the eventual lesson for an 8 life path is it's not really about the money. You know what I mean? Even though you can bring a lot of money in, 8s always have a lot of good luck, good fortune.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to learn about money in this life.
Well, that's interesting, and I do always bring in. Thank God, I'm always bringing in money. But then I have something where, as a kid, I was so good at saving. I'd save everything. I'd even save, like, if I had a box of mints, I'd put it in I had these junior mints, and I put it in my closet. I was probably 8 or 10, and I'd have one mint once in a while, or I'd save. But now I save. I do have a savings, thank goodness, but I was a late bloomer. I didn't save for years and years, and I thought, Marla, you better get your butt in gear because you're going to be old with no money. But I spend a lot. And like workshops and a crystal skull, did I need Nigel for $135, $50 or whatever? No. So things like this. So money does come, but it also goes. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, that's the lesson for an 8.
Okay.
Balance.
Balance.
It comes in and goes out. A lot of 8s spend a lot of money. Or they give it a lot of money, too. They're very generous. And then sometimes they hold on too much.
Okay.
So it's about finding the balance. And once you find the balance, the world is your,
the world's my
beautiful
oyster. So, all right. Now, I find it fascinating too. So 8 is my life number. What other numbers are there? And is the life number the most important number? Because it's a life path number, right? Like that one number that
really
boil down your birth date.
It really is. Your birth date is the most important number in your chart.
Okay.
So it's all the challenges you'll have in life. It's everything. It really tells you, and all the opportunities and the gifts. You're a natural executive. Mm-hmm. You're always looking at the bigger picture, being a visionary. Okay. You're always looking at the bigger picture. 8s are very big, usually big personality, natural executive.
And that's that 8 is also on, it's like an infinity symbol too. So that, now.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes 8 can feel like you're going around and round on something. Uh-huh. And then you have to just go, okay, that's right. I'm an 8. It stops now. It's the infinity circle. So you can feel like you can go round and round. And all you do is think, gee, how can I do this differently? What's contrary action to take? Instead of doing the same thing over and over, what's the contrary action?
Now, is there also numerology to do with your name? Numbers to...
Yes, your name. Once I have your name on your birth certificate and the name you go by now, I can really tell you everything about you, because your name tells me your heart's desire, what you want to do in life. And of the thousands of charts I've done, I've never heard someone say, "Well, that's not my heart's desire." It's amazing if someone's ever confused about where they're going. But most people, when they come to see them, wow, that's really, one guy did a phone call in Texas. He changed his job after he had the reading with me. Wow. And now he's doing something completely different. He's doing computers. I think it was into music. I can't remember. But, he just quit his job and said, because it's so affirming of who you are. And then the name gives you, it tells you your personality. And numerology just nailed my personality. And that's why I was so shocked. It's like, how does this person? That's the consonants in your name on your birth certificate.
That is so amazing. So if
cycles, pinnacles,
right.
Challenges. So karmic numbers, your karmic numbers, some people don't have any.
So you guys, if you heard that little crashing sounds in the back, it's Gerry's bird, and here she went and got him. What's your bird's name?
This is Ducky.
Ducky, hello, Ducky. Cheep cheep. So when someone comes to you for a reading, oh, this is too cute, going up on your head. All right, this is great. So when someone wants a reading from you, it sounds to me like, okay, so we already know our personality. We don't need a number to say that, but it sounds like these numbers are going to give us our life path, our mission, and then when that resonates, we can really take a look at that and maybe go forward like that guy who changed his job.
Yes,
so I think getting your chart done is great, because it can kind of show you your life paths, and maybe would give you the courage to go for what you're really looking for.
Absolutely, and know that you're on the right path.
Yes, know you're on the right path, because that's what people ask psychics. That's what people want to know. What is my purpose? What is my life path? Because I have a lot of friends who are psychics, and I do some angel readings, and I hear what they're asking, and it's either love, which we're going to talk about in a minute, or what's my purpose? So
exactly
right. Let's talk about love and numbers. How important is that? How important is that?
So important. I love doing couples.
Okay.
Especially when they have really good numbers, and usually they're both nodding when I'm saying, well, you guys have a problem in this area, or you don't understand each other, or you guys are perfect in this area. And they're like, and it's just amazing how much it adds up. Numerology just is amazing how it adds up. And couples, it's super important. In fact, I just tested it out, because my first husband was a 5 and I'm a 4.
Okay.
I'm a 22-4. And when the number, except for 2, when the number's next to the number, that's a challenge for you. For you, a challenge is a 7 or a 9.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though you have 9 in your chart. But so that's a challenge. So that means you don't think alike. Okay. And basically with challenge numbers, you have off the chemistry, off the charts chemistry. He's like off the charts creative. He's only got 3 6s and 9s in his chart. And that's all about creativity.
He's a musician and a composer.
Singing, acting, dancing, music, art, design.
So see, you guys, how accurate it is? She didn't know that. She didn't know that about him. So
No. He's extremely creative. Prince was a 9.
Oh, wow. Wow,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so they're gifted.
Yeah.
The only thing that 9s have to deal with is a little bit of family pain. Oh. So you have to detach from family pain usually, but 9s are teachers in this world. They're old souls. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I love about 9s is they don't care what people think of them. It's like, here I am, I don't give a damn what you think.
Right.
Which is nice.
But but in love, I'm an 8 and he's a 9, so you said that could be challenging, having it right next to people having it next to
you. But you guys have great chemistry.
Right. We're like Ricky and Lucy.
Yeah, there's just you just think differently.
Right. That's right. Yes, that's true. That's true.
But you're more in the box, and he's outside the box.
But he does vacuum, you guys. He vacuums and scrubs toilets because he's a Virgo. So, okay, so for singles who want to get their chart done for you, what is the benefit, the best benefit for a single why should a single do it?
Because when I do it, and a lot of people ask me, is there love in my future or whatever? And I said, I can't say that, but I can tell you, you should be with this number. And I'll give them 4 or 5 numbers, and I say, add up the birthday, and you know what I mean? And there is a lot of chemistry between challenge numbers. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What happens after time, if you're not accepting, and I don't care what relationship, whether you've got natural match numbers, compatible, challenging, it's all about acceptance of the other person.
Yes.
Partner.
Right.
And that's really what it's about, is acceptance. So, and it doesn't matter who you're with, you're always going to have something that, going to bug you or whatever.
You're going to have the perfect relationship like a fairy tale.
Yeah. So you're always working on it, and it's just about acceptance. So that would be about accepting, you for who you are, and your husband accepting him, for you accepting him, and he accepting you.
Yes.
That's really what it comes down to. So you can always work with challenge numbers, and perhaps when I did your names, I would see lots of good stuff in there of compatibility. You know what I mean?
So
real
you'll
compatibility.
Do both. You'll do the birth dates and the person's name in a whole reading.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have it for the rest of your life. Right. It's a 100-page chart.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh. It's a 100-page chart. It's every single little thing, how you deal with things mentally, physically, intuitively. It tells you all that. So, but I really love doing couples. I mean,
does that come out of a computer program?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But then you go over it with the people and...
Well, that's what the thing is, because some people will look at the chart and go, but it says this here and it says this there. I said, yes, but that number isn't as important as this number, right. And that, when I explain it, and I go over the chart. Yeah, it's usually an hour and a half with me. And then you have it for the rest of your life, and I give a 2-year forecast so they can check it. Like the day, the month. Whatever, I need to sign a big contract. No, that's not a good day. Let me do it on this day.
And what about crystals? Do crystals play into what number you are? So, if you're an 8 or 2, then it's like these crystals are better. But do you know about those?
So for you, it would be citrine.
Okay.
Being an
8. The money.
Citrine is the money crystal.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
And then probably for your husband, I'd go with an amethyst, the purple, and you probably like amethyst or. 4 is earth, green, anything green, jade, 1s are red, and I a lot of times do it with chakras too. Yeah. So your base chakra is red, grounding, so a carnelian's good for a 1. Yes, I have it all worked out.
Right.
Yeah. They have numerology jewelry too with a lot of crystals.
And I got my number. It's good to wear your number, you said. I do have my 8 here. I don't have it on a chain yet, but I got my little 8 from you when I saw you.
Right.
And so why is it important to wear your number? Because
it empowers you. That's who you are.
Yeah.
And I had one woman, she bought a 9. She was a 9. She said, once I started wearing my number, she said, all this good stuff came in to my life. And I'm like, that's great. Can you write about that? And then I completely forgot to get back to her and ask her. But, yeah. And I think it can only empower you. That's proud
great.
Of your number.
I've got to get that. And then I started wearing a mirror. I heard that mirrors are great to wear because if anybody's thinking bad thoughts about you or jealousy, it'll just send it back to them. Have you ever heard of that?
Well, and that's what it's all about anyway. Mm-hmm. Somehow, people are mirroring for us. But I hadn't heard that. It's lovely.
Yeah, I heard it on a podcast. A woman who has them on her site, she sells them, and she said it's very good to wear a mirror. It could just be little, like I have a necklace with a little mirror on it, and that it's great. And I felt, people they'll be mad at you or jealous of you, and these are like little curses. And I had felt something heavy, and then I got that mirror and I did some clearing. We all need to, we pick up things, right? Around when we're out and about, we pick up other people's, thought forms and things.
Well, especially you.
Oh, especially me. Okay.
No, I would say that because I know your numbers. You're very, very intuitive. Right. So you pick things up, you take it on. Yeah. And you think it's your energy or what's going on with you. It's not. 99% of the time, it's their stuff. Oh. And it happens with so many people.
Maybe that's why I feel I feel a lot of anxiety sometimes. So
right.
That must be it.
Right. That's the 11. Yeah. Oh, okay. But you're very sensitive and intuitive. So since you are like that, you pick other people's stuff up. Yeah. 99% of the time, it's their stuff, not yours. So you can check in about that.
Check in. And, I had the most amazing, I had emailed you, but I want to tell people if you didn't see that video I was talking about, when I got Nigel, I took him home, I saged him and cleansed him, and then it was a full moon. It was a Saturday when I came. It was a full moon. And then I put him out under the full moon for about 3 hours, charged him up in the backyard, brought him back in, put my intentions into Nigel. I want him to help me open up my psychic channels and abundance. Put him next to my bed that night on the dresser next to, and I had astral traveled. I saw sacred geometry. I saw through the third eye. I saw these faces, like profiles and faces, and then I saw hands waving at me. And I heard a song, like a radio song, inside my ears. So that was so weird. And I thought to myself, because my eyes were closed, but I was conscious, and I thought, maybe I'm picking up some radio waves going through the ethers or something. It was so powerful. So that I haven't had that happen with this guy again, but I was sure it was Nigel that brought it all on.
I'm sure. Crystals are amazing. Very magnetic. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Gerry, you also teach numerology, right?
Yes, people have been bugging me about doing a class, but I haven't gotten that together yet. I mean, yes, in the past I've taught numerology, and I love it. I love educating people about it. And I think even if you have a lot of challenge numbers, it's good to know that and think, God, people go out of leave and they go, God, I'm not nuts. She is like that, or he is like that. That's who they are. Right. And I think it helps with acceptance.
Okay, good.
It just reaffirms you're not nuts. Mm-hmm. Yes, your partner is this way, but that's the way they are. You know what I mean?
And they're probably not going to change because that's their destiny. No. That's their number. So what's coming up for this year, for 2018?
2018 is an 11, a master number. Wow. So that is a doorway. If you look at 11, it's like a doorway. Okay. So you can go in the doorway, and there are amazing possibilities. But everyone will be feeling more sensitive. 2018 adds up to an 11, 2. So 2 is all about sensitivity. Okay. So there'll be more sensitivity. This would be a very unusual year for us to get into war because 2 is all about peace and diplomacy. Okay. Thank God. Yes. Hopefully that goes through. But as an individual in 2018, you have this doorway of immense possibilities this year.
That's what I heard, that it can be a very lucky, very powerful year for us all. Yes.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Because there's so much fear, there's so much worry and angst. So So we want to remember that. Remember that, right?
Right, and that's part of the 2018 too, because there's a positive and a negative thing to every number. Okay. So that's why I want to go with a positive of it's a doorway to immense possibilities this year. But at the other side is worry and sensitivity, and so just know that go positive, go positive, go positive, and this year is going to be fabulous for everyone.
Ooh, I love it. We still have plenty to go, you guys, so make the most of it. And yeah, we're making this video in April of 2018, so if you're watching it, a couple of years from now. And it'll be interesting, so if you're watching this in 2019 or 20, you can look back and say, yeah, she was right. Gerry, thank you so much. You guys leave your comments below. If you've been, doing your numbers, if you know your number, does it line up with your personality? I want to hear your thoughts on it. And if you want to get a reading from Gerry, her links are below. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Gerry. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Marla. Love to see you.